every miniature painter wants to have their dream painting setup. Maybe you do too. After a few years of painting, I have realized that these things make the biggest difference in your painting setup, and they are surprisingly simple. I have painted at the dinner table. I've changed my setup more times than I can count. But today, I can finally say that I'm genuinely happy with my painting setup. So if you're looking to upgrade your hobby space, then these are 5 things that I would focus on. My name is Sam and you're watching Fatalquest, a place where I share all my creative adventures in miniature painting. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so this first one may be a little bit boring, but it's still very important, which is a surface that you don't have to worry about. I mean, we're painting. We're working with paint, we're working with water, perhaps you're also doing bases and you're working with glue, which means you don't want to be hesitating on the job. Like, you don't want to paint something and worry all the time about knocking things over, spilling glue on the table. So yeah, I'm talking about a cutting mat, so that you don't have to worry all the time. It's relatively simple, but very effective. I started with a very small one, but now I'm currently using one that is 60 by 90, and I love it. It's very nice, it's very convenient, and that is something that I definitely recommend. But while that is a nice to have, the next one will actually make a bigger difference, which is good lighting. So I have a Redgrass R9 desk lamp. That is a relatively expensive lamp, but you don't need that, obviously. The reason it's so expensive is because of a high CRI, which stands for Color Rendering Index. It basically means you have a very high accuracy in how you perceive colors. It's almost as close to sunlight, because sometimes you have very warm light or very cold light, and that obviously reflects on your object, and that might distort how you perceive colors. So once again, no, you don't need such an expensive light. However, it is essential to have a good/decent desk lamp so that you can actually see with what colors you're painting. And if you're taking miniature painting seriously, then yeah, that is something that you want to consider buying. And even though light is like super important, there are still some things that could slow you down. In this case, I would say being able to see your paints. And with this, I mean, I remember that when I was painting on the dinner table, I had all my paints on the surface level. Whenever I needed a paint, I had to lift them up one by one to see if I had the right color. I think that's like super inconvenient. So I bought these nail polish racks from Amazon. They are from plastic. They just allow me to see all my paints in one quick glance and just pick whatever I need. And there are some different varieties. I believe you also have some wood ones, but then you have to work with glue. Some people are very positive about that. I have no clue if it's bad or good, but I see many people use them, so I think they're great. I think they're fine. So once your paints are organized, the bottleneck is everything else, which means a place for your tools. Like, where are you going to put your brushes? Where are you going to put your knives? Where are you going to put your glues? Where are you going to put your effects? You want to have a place where you know exactly where everything is, because once again, if you're working on basing, if you're painting your miniatures, you don't want to be looking for all your stuff all the time, because when we're painting, it's a creative process. We want to focus on the task at hand, as I always say. So when we are disturbing that process and thinking about where we left something, then it will take us out of that flow. So that's why I say it's very important to know where you keep everything, maybe within reach of hand, maybe in a drawer on the side of you. It doesn't really matter, but it is very important in my opinion, because it has changed a lot for me. I have my resin bits on the left, I have my tufts on the right, I have all my effects right in front of me behind my paints. So yeah, that is definitely something that I would recommend for a good painting setup. And honestly, the last one is probably the most important one. Having your own dedicated space. The biggest upgrade isn't having a million paints that you might not even be using. It's being that gamer that has its own gaming setup. Maybe you've even built your own computer, and it's the same with that. You want to have a place where you can sit down and immediately start painting. You know exactly where everything is, you know exactly what you need, you are feeling comfortable in the place where you're sitting, and you're enjoying the hobby. That's what matters. And just focus on the thing that you love, which is the paint job. At the end of the day, that's what really matters. And now I want to know, what is the biggest thing that you're missing in your miniature painting setup? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because it will help me a lot and it just motivates me to make even better videos. And if you can't wait for me to upload a new video, then don't worry, because I've got you covered. Because in a previous video, I've crafted and painted a custom base. So if you want to learn more about that, then definitely check that video out. So this was the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I would like to see you in the next one. Have a good one.